Okay guys, we finally back. We finally made it to the second reaction video I've dropped on this YouTube platform. Welcome brothers and sisters to this Brbptv. Be real, be positive television, brothers and sisters. Hopefully I don't stay too long on these vibrations. Of course, it's all about the jazz weekend, brothers and sisters. So welcome to every single one of you guys who have tuned into these vibrations. Don't forget, brothers and sisters, to click that like button. I would appreciate that. And of course, subscribe and turn on that post notification so you'll be notified. And of course, help this channel to grow further and further without a shadow of a doubt, brothers and sisters. So definitely subscribe, brothers and sisters. And of course, click the thumbs up button. Of course, that'll help the algorithm to push this video further and further out there, brothers and sisters. Check out the previous reaction I did on a Mr. Leaks reaction. And guys, that link will be the first comment in the comment box below, guys, brothers and sisters. So without further ado, let us get into the vibrations for the day right now, brothers and sisters. Of course, I did mention this, I think, in the previous reaction I did, and of course on the basis of actually trying to understand why does this thing tend to happen, brothers and sisters. Before jazz, before all sorts of events where individuals from overseas are coming in, brothers and sisters, the road tends to be filled with stuff like this. It might not look like a dirt road, brothers and sisters, thank God for that, but it does look like it have a number of holes in there, and you would think that these holes would get fixed in about a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, but no, it doesn't. It's just staying there. But of course, when we know that there's a number of persons who tend to come in, all of a sudden, bow. But in this case, brothers and sisters, we seen that this is about jazz and Creole, brothers and sisters. Before jazz, we seen a set of pothole that will make you want to shake, brothers and sisters. Make you want to let me leave that. I was going to talk about the spirit, but let me leave that alone, brothers and sisters. But before jazz, according to these brothers and sisters, this is what the potholes would look like. They're pretty much all over the place right there. They don't care. You go, you mash up your shorts. That's your business. But when jazz is about to reach, brothers and sisters, within the weekend, brothers and sisters, all of a sudden things are starting to change. Brothers and sisters, I was on my way to Roseau, and I saw a number of potholes blocked, and I managed to catch this one right there, brothers and sisters. Guys, there was an individual putting some tar in a hole, trying to,
Big up to the diasporans out there.
So this is what I said, guys. Big up to the diasporans for making it happen.
Guys, I have to say big up to the diasporans out there. Oh, not just the hopefully you can roll over it, because that'll be kind of crazy.
There's something interesting why I pointed it out, guys, because I saw this guy using his spade to try to flatten the hole, to try to flatten the hole that day. They don't use any roller. Well, not to my knowledge, because I'm trying to see where is the roller on that thing there, brothers and sisters. I not see no roller on that. Normally roller that's be on the road there. I don't see no roller in the vicinity, brothers and sisters. So while I was thanking the diaspora for them blocking the roads, I realized there's something else going on.
I have to say big up to the diasporans out there. Oh, not just the hopefully you can.
You realize that's how he's flattening it, right? Trying to compact it together. He's literally knocking it together.
Oh,
that's how he.
Just hopefully you can roll over it, because
that's crazy.
Kind of crazy.
I didn't see any roller there, brothers and sisters. It seems like that's all they're doing to it. Maybe they have a machine, I don't know, but from what I see, brothers and sisters, that is all I see the man do. Knock it with his spade.
He just ponged in it.
That was it.
I don't see no roller there, guys. What the joke is that? You saw a roller?
No.
Pa!
So the partner that was with me there, I myself checking, but maybe is me that do. See? Maybe on the way, I want to, I don't see, so maybe he's asking him, he tell me no. Big up Bill one time. Boy, they blocking road and they don't roller. Yes. Maybe the roller will come afterwards, brothers and sisters. After they pong it, they try their best to pong it. They pong it, yeah.
Hopefully you can roll over it.
Where the roller, guys? That is the roller. Maybe that is it. Maybe that is it, brothers and sisters. Because I'm trying to figure out how on earth that is what the man decide to.
Hopefully you can roll over it.
So it's interesting when we see these things, brothers and sisters, and then this, and you check about how come they fix the road or why you should come back. Well, after it comes back to these brothers and sisters, and it's very clear based off what I'm seeing here why this tends to go back to where it was. So it seems like they're putting this for a facade so that the people say, hey, Rose Nights, they block the potholes. Yay.
Hopefully you can roll over it, because that'll be kind of crazy. He just ponged in it.
But maybe he was waiting for vehicles to pass, brothers and sisters, because I refuse to believe. I pass a few of them on the road, and so you know the before we check in, boy, things are bad. After, during, jazz, after jazz, brothers and sisters, you see that hole there? I will keep an eye out for it. I will tell you if it open up again, okay? Keep an eye out for it. That's just crazy right there, man. But anyways, brothers and sisters, I think in the Bafia State region, rocks were falling, so people have to be mindful. I don't think it was raining, but rocks falling coming. Rocks are falling. Don't get hit like a rock, brothers and sisters. Don't get hit like a... Don't get hit with a rock. This is Brbptv. I shouldn't be sounding like I'm on Mr. Lick's React channel. So it seems like this might have hit a vehicle of sorts. Where did this thing come out? What is that? Definitely collected something. So guys, be careful out there in the Bafia State region. I was told this is, be careful in the region right there. Now, of course, brothers and sisters, I had to mention this because I forgot the date to tell you guys. This is gonna actually take place, or take effect June 1st, 2024, brothers and sisters. So they're gonna be increasing your prices. Well, they wouldn't be increasing your bill prices. They're just gonna be adding this to it. So okay, so if you're using $500 a month, you're gonna pay $515 a month for water. So those days are interesting days, brothers and sisters. And of course, what interesting days have to make you do? Go back to the older days, brothers and sisters. So when man was collecting water in river and putting bucket of water in their house, brothers and sisters, I know they was doing that during Hurricane Maria. Well, apparently these are the days that you have to go back to, brothers and sisters, just to conserve. But it doesn't matter now, because if you're using $50 worth of thing, you still have to pay $65. So hopefully you can start using about $35 of water and pay the $15. That's something else. And then go to the river and get some bottle of water, brothers and sisters. Get some bottles of waters so you can organize yourself. Dowasco taking you back to the cowboy days. Cowboy bath. Yes, man. Cowboy bath it is. For sure. The man got increased prices. And something I have to point out, brothers and sisters, I think that needs to be a known. When you look at different things that tend to happen in Dominica, I was talking to one of the individuals a while ago, Brent. When you look at things that are happening to Dominica, you realize that there's nothing much happening. There's not much surplus coming to the people. Yet still the people are being forced to pay more money for things that they are normally accustomed of getting. It's not like the value increased, brothers and sisters, but you're paying more money. I was telling one of my people today, on the basis that they try to increase salaries, say 6%, you get a 6% increase in salaries after 20 years, 24 years, whatever it is, 30 years, whatever it is, brothers and sisters, to meet the demand of inflation. If inflation was 2%, from since 2000 to now, brothers and sisters, like 24 years, so inflation went up 48 times, 48 times, brothers and sisters, 48 times low, 48%, brothers and sisters. So if they give you 6% increase in your salary, that means you have some catching up to do. You have about 42% of catching up to do on your salaries, brothers and sisters. And it's interesting that they gave people a raise, quote unquote, not everybody got a raise in their salaries. But if your salary got increased by 6%, and the things that you're buying in the store, the price is increased by about 25%, that means even though your salary is increased, you're still short. Which means more money is going to the government, less money is coming to you, and you still have not even meet the demand for the value of money. Which means that you are making less money even though you saw your salary increase. Brothers and sisters, I don't think people understand about the value of money, you know. You might see you have $100 in your chicken. Boy, I have $100 in my hand. That $100 value could actually be worth $85. Even though you've seen $100. That's how it works, brothers and sisters. The $100 back in the day when man used to be making $90. Somebody met me from from Skerrit them side and told me back in the day he used to be making $90 every 2 weeks or every month, I think. And he used to meet his obligations. He used to meet his expenses on $90 a month or 2 weeks, whichever it is. He used to meet it. Right now, man making $1,500 and man cannot meet the expenses. Man cannot meet the obligations. Man can hardly save. And on top of that, you're getting increased prices on your head. Do Dominicans even know what is happening to them, man? I sometimes wonder. Because we don't have factories to actually create surplus so we can bring monies into Dominica. What is happening, brothers and sisters? It seems like they are constantly trying to bring down the people. And this is being intentionally done. When the government has wore out the ability for them to borrow from the banks and they have to seek extra help from overseas, brothers and sisters, thus increasing the debt on the Dominican people. While your salaries don't even... We talking about salaries, brothers and sisters. What about those who don't even have a job? To get a monies, brothers and sisters. They are living off the land. And thank God for Dominica's land, brothers and sisters, where people are able to live off the land and survive. To the point where they are able to go on the road and even sell some of the fruits that they are eating. Because they don't have a choice to say, hey, let me go KFC. I spoke to somebody today and I asked them if they go in St. Lucia. They tell me, boy, they wish they could. Because they're trying to compare Dominica Jazz and Creole to St. Lucia. And just they don't even compare any to the real events of St. Lucia. They compare any to the fringe events. Because on the basis, and don't get me wrong, brothers and sisters, I don't know what on earth is happening with Dominica right now. But everything seems to be going on. And I noticed that from World Creole Music Festival. Everything seems to be going down the drain, brothers and sisters. The ambience that you had before and the ambience you have today is totally different. What is going on is the question I must ask. What is going on? When I spoke to one of the individuals, they say, boy, you don't have money. You don't have money, brothers and sisters. How in Dominica you don't have money, but other Caribbean islands have money to do things? It's me that... Brothers and sisters, if the other Caribbean islands are elevating, they are elevating the people. That's one of the things. When it comes down to the economy, I look at the benefit of the people. When I look at the economy of Dominica, I don't see any benefit to the people. This is why I tell people to leave. Go in thriving economies or elevating economies so that you can make stuff and you can send back to your family members. That is the best thing you can do in Dominica, is to leave. My God. The best thing you can do, especially for the younger folks out there. Raise them in Dominica, I know, so they have some sort of principle. I just saw a Japanese girl. She's both black and Japanese. She was born in Onikiwawe, whatever that is that name. And she moved to the States and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then she checked in. She would not raise her children in States. Because of the mannerisms of the little ones, the children. She would not do that at all. That's the same sentiment I have. Even if you are able to go overseas, you set up yourself, whatnot, boom, bam, bing, you get your stuff. You do not stay in States. Your children will come and corrupt and it's kind of crazy. It's crazy thought process they have. Why? Yeah. So that's one of the things that I would tell people not to do. But make your little ones grow up, have a little sense of standard and morals of, you know, sorts, so that when they go, they can defend themselves against the corrupt, the insane immoralities that they try to push. Which of course they try to push it to Dominica too. So when you think Dominica was a bit safe in that regard, at least it's safe for now. What's gonna happen in the next few years? But anyways, I don't want to stay too long in that regard. My mind just goes sometimes, and I keep, you know, talking on that basis, and you guys get my drift right there. So, and it all stems from Dowasco. Now keep in mind, brothers and sisters, Dice made a song talk about, you know, trying to conserve water, and the neighbor reach over, neighbor, can I, you know, and then the neighbor tell him, well, he's trying to conserve water too, so we bathe together. It's interesting, eh? Dowasco increasing prices on us, brothers and sisters. Now I know people want to talk about, you know, selling themselves short for a few dollars. What people going to start doing for water now when water is expensive? I saw a video of, well, a made-believe video of a lady. She was walking out walking out and stuff. I don't know if I can find. Let me see if I can find that video and then post it for you guys. Hold on. Okay, guys, I got it right there, and this is the video I'm talking about right there. So it's entitled "Me After Leaving Dowasco After Paying My Last $15." So on top of, you know, your bills, Dowasco say $15. Sometimes it's the $15 alone you have remaining. Now you have to give it to Dowasco. Brothers and sisters, this is why I keep saying what is happening in Dominica most likely is intentional. They're not helping the people to elevate themselves. They're building absolutely nothing at all to help the people. What is happening, what we see happening, brothers and sisters, they are building stuff that doesn't help the people. They are putting things together that doesn't help the people. Jazz and Creole doesn't help the people. It's an entertainment thing. It doesn't elevate the people at all. It doesn't. You go there to be entertained. Yeah, you see people performing great. That's wonderful. Don't get me wrong, you know, it's needed. Entertainment is needed. But look at the economy, brothers and sisters. We see a number of things happen. We see a number of fringe events in the place for people to go and enjoy themselves, you know. But where's the value that can actually create in you for you to elevate yourself? Nothing at all. Just like I showcased to you guys. Apparently, they're trying to build some tennis court in Portsmouth. How does tennis court help you, brothers and sisters? Unless you're trying to be a Olympic tennis player. But it's not rare that is, guys. What has been put in place to help the people? What? The only thing that has actually happened for Portsmouth, brothers and sisters, is they bringing Clay Harbour down Portsmouth. And it's not even them. It's not now that they wanted to bring Clay Harbour down Portsmouth, but they just didn't have the buildings and stuff for them. Ross goes, so they're utilizing one of the buildings. Boy, you take out 40% GDP just to put probably like 0.5% of the GDP to say, oh, we're making progress in Portsmouth, brothers and sisters. If you losing 30 to 40% of the GDP and you bringing in 0.5%, I mean, that's not. Anyways, this is what most people are going to be looking like when they put the additional $15 on top of their bills, brothers and sisters, as a result of June 1st. It's very unfortunate, but of course, a number of persons are going to be asking themselves a few questions. Talking about that, brothers and sisters, I saw this letter right there. It was on Dominica Breaking News. And brothers and sisters, I'm just going to be reacting to that letter. I don't know who this letter was being sent to, but it was addressed April 29th, 2024. That's this year, brothers and sisters. And of course, there was a memorandum corresponding dated April 8th, 2024 from Skerrit, Prime Minister for Establishment. What? Prime Minister and Minister of Establishment refers. General Order 59 says that leave without salary may be granted where an officer has no vacation leave, but only on the grounds of urgent private matters. Let me read that again, brothers and sisters. General Order 59 says that leave without pay or leave without salary may be granted where an officer has no vacation leave, but only on the grounds of urgent private matters. What does that mean, brothers and sisters? We'll get a bit closer in this. The Honorable Prime Minister has advised that pursuant to General Order 1.7, it is hereby ordered that with effect April 1st, that's last month, 2024, General Order 59C must be complied with, and no officer shall be granted leave without salary in excess of 14 days, on a 14-day calendar days, brothers and sisters, over any 365-day period. The Prime Minister has advised that pursuant of General Order 1.7, it is hereby ordered that with effect April 1st, 2024, General Order 590 must be complied with. So in other words, brothers and sisters, you will only get, if you have vacation days, you cannot use your sick days. So you have to take the vacation days. boy, tell you. Maybe it's me that have it wrong. I have it wrong, brothers. I have it wrong because what? So you might have your vacation days there. Say you want to take a vacation in September, brothers and sisters. Today is April, May. Today is May. I did checking, boy. I tired, I tired. I cannot deal with, I need a little break, a little 1 day break, man. Today is Friday. Let me take a Friday break. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Monday is holiday. I don't know. But let me take a Friday, man. So you take a sick day. None of that. No, brothers. You have to take your vacation day. That is something else. April for general order must be complied with. No officer shall be granted leave without salary in excess of 14 days. No officer shall be granted leave without salary in excess of 14 days, calendar days, over any 365. Well, at least I see at the bottom there, building a resilient public service. Didn't they have a meeting with the public officers, the brothers and sisters, public service union, talk about pay increase and this kind of things? I would hope that would make sense. Well, I haven't heard anything as a result of this. Did you? Have you? I haven't heard anything at all in that regard. Right there. So people will not be able to take the sick day unless the vacation finish. Because what the General Order 59 says, leave without salary may be granted where an officer has no vacation leave, but only on grounds of urgent private matters. So on top of the misery of adding more prices to things you have to purchase, and getting less valued money, even though you might see it increase a little to meet the demand of inflation for over 24 years, brothers and sisters, but all that, and it's 14. Can you imagine working? And when you think of slavery, brothers and sisters, don't you think of this? Do you think slavery is similar to this? They grant you 14 days out of 365 days. 14 days you get to go. In other places in the East, brothers and sisters, the Middle East, I don't know if it's Middle East or where they call it that, brothers and sisters, but in Switzerland and other places, they treat their workers well, from my understanding, and the output seems to be much better. It seems like when you work in more hours, depending on what you're doing, brothers and sisters, sometimes you don't get to necessarily do what needs to be done. But when you are cramped for time, it seems like people work better under pressure. So when you have 4-hour work days, brothers and sisters, it seems like people work better because the output is much more effective right there, rather than wasting a whole 8 hours, you wasting or whatever, and you're working 365 days. Well, 365 minus 14 days, brothers and sisters. Well, I guess that's what the people want. But I would like people to ask themselves a question. Is what is going on in Dominica benefit to the people? Is any of the government policies, brothers and sisters, anything beneficial to the people? And if it's not beneficial to the people, why on earth are people constantly supporting the government? Why? Help me understand something here, brothers and sisters. If the policies are only being put in place where the Prime Minister themselves benefit, on the basis of saying there's not much money, yet still the Prime Minister collects about $60,000 to $70,000 a month on top of his salary, brothers and sisters, to live in a mansion when he have his house in Vickers that he can go and stay. He travel up and down the place on vehicle. Not to say he can't go up and down, brothers and sisters. He can actually go down there and stay in that house and lessen the burden on the people. But no, they increased their salaries. The government has increased their salaries by 23 to 40%. I think, if I understand what Lennox was saying, if I get it right, the numbers, but it's generally about 20 or generally about 30%, brothers and sisters. They increased their salaries around generally about 30%. This is why the DPSU came together and say they increase their salaries, so being able to increase our salaries that amount too. But no, they don't do that. They increase their salaries. You have to pay per diem or whatever they call that for their vehicle to go up and down the place. To pay for flights, you paying taxes for these people to fly free. gotta have fun and maybe making their own deals for themselves. Because when you look at what is happening in Dominica, with all the billions of dollars Dominica has created, you try to say, but wait a while, what is going on? Where is it? How does it benefit the people? Or the people get to stay in houses? No, the people get to stay in houses because they cannot build houses for themselves. They have destroyed the economy. So everything you look at, how is it benefiting to the people? Nothing. I lie? If I lie, let me know what the government has done that has benefited the people. We heard the government talk about they're going to try to organize feeder roads. I heard nothing about that. I saw they talking about that in Kalibishi, trying to say, okay, we need to build the roads and stuff. They said, yes, we don't. None of that is going to happen. We know, we already know, brothers and sisters. We're not Madame Lulu with a magic ball. We can just see the trends, brothers and sisters. You know the future of something when you look at the past of different people. This is why you know how effective persons are in the jobs that they have done based on previous jobs that they have done. That's how you know how effective people are. And it's very present. It's very clear that we know what the government has done already. It sucked. And you think the government somehow is going to be moving forward in the right direction to elevate the people. This is why I say it has to be intentional what has been happening to Dominica. What is happening to Dominica is intentional. Because the other Caribbean islands are elevating. Look, Antigua talking about increasing their salaries, their people's salaries. If it's Antigua, I think it's Antigua that stated that. Send kids themselves organizing their people. Through the CBI program, brothers and sisters, even Dominicans get to participate in St. Kitts and Nevis CBI program. But you in Dominica, you don't get any black cent. You there, they put in your house, and on the letter they give in your house, they tell you the Lord gave and the Lord take it away. So if you go and talk now and say, boy, we see misery and what have you, you might end up losing that house. Dominicans don't seem to understand what is happening to them. But hey guys, it is what it is, man. I'm just here to put out this information, let you guys know what's going on, and you do with that what you will. You see? People who know better do better. Okay? Sometimes people think they know better, but they don't do better at all, because you think you know better. But people who actually know better do better. There's a huge difference. I remember asking this girl a question and she told me, yeah man, I know that. So I asked her, if you know that, why don't you do what you know? She couldn't answer the question. Well, that is what I'm talking about. She thinks she knows. She doesn't know. Because now that I tell her and then she knows, she started modifying her behavior to do what needs for her to do. She had to do certain things, so she did it. How do you know? Oh, I know that way. If you really know it, why didn't you do it? The other side I can look at, maybe people just wicked. They know and they just don't want to do. We know the government is screwing up the country. People asking themselves, but who else can we put? Anybody else will do. Because you know the present one is screwing up the place. So don't you think giving somebody else a chance to do something, if they screw it up, you change them out? You do not leave somebody who's repeatedly screwing up the place over and over and signing policies that Dominica is locked in for 20 years. And then we had all sorts of things and anti-man business coming into the Gasa. All you know, boy, humanity, boy, humanity. I will never forget what the great book says, you know. But sometimes I feel I need to defy that, man. Sometimes I feel I need to defy the Bible. Yes, man. And the reason why I'm saying this, brothers and sisters, because the very Bible says, even if somebody were to die and were raised from the dead and come and tell people and warn people, they will still they will still not listen. Even if somebody were to be raised from the dead, come and tell people, hey guys, there is an afterlife, they be mindful. They will still not listen. Brothers and sisters, something is wrong with humanity, and I don't know. When Labourites meet me and tell me they will still vote for Labour, Or they ask me, but who else do I still vote for my Skerrit? You know the man screwing up the place, we. You know it, we. Gasa, you know it. You tell me the man screwing up the place. You telling me they're screwing up the place. But with the same voice, you'll come in and tell me that they'll vote. Just like when there's DJ people. One of them was crying, we. Cry, the man cry. He said, don't know how Dominican's making the man crying. He say he feeling something, but you know, at least he doing his thing. But people who less fortunate than him, and the boy crying. And within the same video, not the next video, no, you will say, oh, somebody attach a video to it. Within the same video, the man saying he still support the government. Something is wrong with human beings, my friend. Something is wrong with human beings, eh? Yes. You seen it for yourself, eh? But no. Well. Still have guys. This boy mistakes on this here. Brbptv. Hey lads, I still could too long. I say 15 minutes I can't stay, but you know guys, sometimes the passion inside of me that does let go. You know, it does let go. So if you did enjoy this video, if you understand, not enjoy it now, that way enjoying, not enjoyment time. When you know you have to be like these people there, it's not enjoyment time that day. No. So if you understand this video, brothers and sisters, give this video a thumbs up. Click the thumbs up button, I would appreciate that. Click the like button right there, and of course subscribe. And turn on that post notifications so you can get these vibrations when they tend to come through. Right, it's about Miss Licks once again, guys. Be real. Don't forget to check out our previous reaction. That link will be in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. Be real. Be positive.